Rabbi Wilhelm, I was thinking it might be a good idea to do the video, the Torah karaoke video, before your medication kicks in, before your normal.
Hello, Benzine. You're not embarrassed to say that in public?
No.
What's embarrassing? A fellow Yid.
Oh, come on, you're not embarrassed.
Anyways, so this week's parsha is Parsha Shlach. I actually got a Dvar Torah from somebody who, by mistake, and he realized he made a mistake, called the name of the parsha Vayishlach, but it's Shlach. What lessons in quick? Last week, when we recorded the video with the student from Japan, after I was done, the guy said, "Hey, Rabbi, it's 15 minutes." So I got to keep it short and like medication. You take one pill, two pills.
That's because you're speaking to someone in Japan. It's long distance.
Good joke. Anyways, listen to this. So there's a riddle that people in the Chadarim they ask. Let's see if you can figure this out. Where in the Torah did the Torah not say emes?
The whole thing's emes. What do you mean?
The whole Torah is emes.
Mm-hmm.
So where in the Torah did it not say emes? It's a riddle in this week's parsha. Something that you say every single day in davening.
Okay. You got me?
I got you?
Yeah.
Okay, send in a check, $18. The answer is, we say every day in Kriya Shema, the third parsha, the parsha of Tzitzis. In the Torah, and we finish off, Ani Hashem Elokeichem, emes. In the Torah, it doesn't say emes. The last three words of the Torah, and the last three words in this week's parsha is the parsha of Tzitzis, is Ani Hashem Elokeichem. So that's a riddle. Where in the Torah does it not say emes? Well, the Chassam Sofer says something very interesting. The Chassam Sofer says, what's the next parsha? The parsha of Kairach. When you take the two first words in the parsha, Vayikach Kairach, and you do the gematria plus the letters, it's B'gematria emes. It's B'gematria emes. And he actually says that is another source that you have to say, Hashem Elokeichem emes. When you learn Hilchos Krishma, it's actually very fascinating, the discussion. Why do we, the parsha of Tzitzis finishes by Hashem Elokeichem. Why do we even have to connect it to emes? Because of a pasuk says Hashem Elokim emes. Okay? So you learn halacha. You learn halacha, and then should the chazan say it? The private person? There's a lot of discussion. What's the Hashem? You're not allowed to be mafsik between Hashem Elokeichem emes. The parsha is over really by Hashem Elokeichem. Okay, so all those who are heavy into halacha, that's a good topic to discuss. All right. So, actually in this week's parsha, because it's the week before Gimel Tammuz, there's also a lesson that you could learn of what a true leader is. People are so impressed, I don't know if that's the right word, of Moshe Rabbeinu. He keeps on fighting on behalf of the Yidden. By the Maisa Egel, he begs the Ebish to please forgive them. Over here, by the Maisa Meragelim, please forgive them. And Moshe Rabbeinu whipped out every trick in the book. Va'ato Yigdal no koyach Hashem. So the letter Yud from Yigdal is big. So the Mefarshim say, why is it big? If the Eibusha says, hey, there's Yud, there's 10 times, enough is enough. 10 times the Yidden tested me, enough. So Moshe Rabbeinu says, yeah, you're worried about the 10? How about let's whip out Avram Avinu. Avram Avinu had Asar in this Yonis, and he came out strong. So Moshe Rabbeinu was really, really fighting on our behalf. And that's what a real Yiddish leader has to do, always fight on behalf of Klal Yisrael. So I just want to finish off with a fascinating story, because we're trying to keep it condensed. When Reb Meir Shapiro became the Rav of Lublin, so it was a big to-do. So they asked him, one of the smart alecks in the community asked him, says, Rebbe, Emet Hashem, Mashiach is going to come, and there will be Tchias HaMesim. And all the big former Rebbes, Rabbanim of the city, will also come. Who's going to be the Rav then? Who's going to really be the Rav of Lublin when all the big Rabbanim come? So Meir Shapiro answered, what are you talking about? When the former Rabbanim wake up at Tchias HaMesim, they're going to wake up together with their communities. So every Rav will be the leader of their community. Brilliant answer. So the smart aleck continues and says, Rebbe, but what if there will be a generation where the Rav will wake up, but the community maybe didn't deserve it, and they won't wake up for Tchias HaMesim? So who's going to be the Rav? You or them? What would you answer, Mayor? What's your name? What would you answer? A geschmack answer. So Rav Meir Shapiro said, a Rav that doesn't make sure that his community wakes up for Tchias HaMesim, don't you dare call him a Rav.
Oh, beautiful.
Huh? So in other words, a true leader is one who fights for his community and not only fights on their behalf and raises them to a situation, even though this week's parsha we talk about the Daira Midbar, where the Mishnah says in Sanhedrin terrible things that they might not be at Ein Lahem Chelik, whatever. But Moshe Rabbeinu fights for everybody. And a true leader not only fights for everybody, shares with them, and it teaches them, sheds the light how they should always stay above everything and only have good.
Shabbos.
Good Shabbos.